Yeah, still Mr. Kwete's Block Factory. I'm saying the work is now getting bigger, and then the supply, the demand is high, so we are supplying more. This time, the way the channel is growing, the business is also growing. Mr. Kwete need a Kia Rano to support the business. So anybody who have the link to any Kia Rano can call me on 0246 246938. Anybody who has home use Kia Rano or a little bit used one, a way to acquire the Kia Rano to support, because the demand sometimes we have to travel all the way to Amahian, Kasua, so many places all over in Ghana, and the car that we are using is too small. I'm looking for a Rano to get. So anybody who has that contact you locate me on the channel, or you contact me on 0246 246938. Thank you. Yeah, go so yeah, Juma pressure na doors until within the night no crown. I was say born modern say be yeah night. Now they are support say na be pressure no better form. But I think for now no, Mr. Kwete supply, but minya Kia Reno nti say obi ewo Kia Reno no bi na say onimikwa abefa so aboa me ma manya Kia Reno no bi a anka ebeboa pa na ontumi frɛ me ewo me number we 0246 246938 0246 246938. So be wo Kia Reno home use ana use one kakra bi opese oton ana so opese or yeah we on frɛ me na menene en kasa found, because I was say menya car I wa hoden kakra betumi aboa adwuma no medamasi.
Welcome back to the channel, and that was Mr. Kwete for you. If you please know anybody who deals in those kind of cars, kindly please do call the number on your screen and we'll take it from there. Welcome back to Pram Pram. The project is still going on, and it's time, to do the installation of the columns or the pillars. So we quickly went to KO Foray to get some iron rods for the project. Unfortunately, they don't post the prices of the iron rods anymore because of the inflation and how it keeps going up and down. So they don't put it there anymore. I have some discussions with them, and one thing that I pick up is that the best time to the best time to buy your building materials is in the raining season. That was really interesting to know, and they explained to me why. Because during that time people are not building, so the market is down. So that is where they try to reduce their staff and to get people coming by. So if you have a place, if you have a storage, you have a place to keep your stuff, the best time to buy is during the raining season, which is around May, June, July, maybe August. So this is just a tip that I'm giving up. So we are back on site, and the work is still steadying. As you can see, everybody is getting busy now. The iron rods are on site. The block guy is also carrying the block upstairs. It's been a little bit busy, with me as well, with all these projects and carrying all those things upstairs, which is slowing the work. But gradually we are getting there, and so far I'm happy with the process and how it is going. So today's video is going to be about iron rod, still bending and carrying of the blocks, mixing mortar, laying the blocks, which I have been showing on this channel for like years now. So I'm not going to waste your time with that. I'm not going to bore you with that. But I was planning to share my strategy of building a house. But since today's video is going to be something that I've been explaining and showing all the time, I would like to use this opportunity to give you guys those tips of how to build in Ghana, like my strategy of building a house in Ghana with less stress, and also you can save some money alongside as well. So if you are ready, then let's get into today's video. So this strategy, I use it for two projects, which is the one in Dowenya and the one here in Pram Pram. So I know it's almost the end of the year and January is coming, and people are going to be making revolutions of what they want to achieve next year. And I know since you are watching this channel, you also want to build, or you are in the building process. So I know your plan is to start building or continue with your project. So what I want to start from January. So this was my strategy. I work with the weather. So I go with the weather. So we all know that from January till May till the beginning of May is kind of dry in Ghana, even though we have some rain, but it's not that heavy rain. And then from ending of May, June, July, I guess we have the heavy rain. And then from August till December is dry. So my strategy is that you save some money and you only target the foundation. So what you do is that you start with your digging of trenches, your casting of the trenches, and laying the foundation blocks till the filling stage. So January, February, March, April, you're going to use that time to do all those work, digging of foundation and all that kind of stuff. And then you make sure that you fill the foundation before the raining season comes. So what you're going to do is that you fill the foundation full. You wait for the rain, which is going to be 4 months. You wait for the rain to do its job to settle the sand, and during that time you will be saving some money. So you have 4 months of saving money, and then when the raining season is done, you come back to do the concrete casting, and then you can just dip, or you can also relax when you are done with that, because that's heavy for you to to buy all those cement and sand and stone, and the machine and the labor work is quite heavy. So then you can pause at that time, and then you come back, when maybe next year or during December, you come back and then you start laying the blocks. But make sure that during the rainy season, you always make sure that you keep the work to a point where it won't be affected by rain, because Ghana, we do have like heavy rain pours. So if you are not careful and you leave your projects, you might come back, have to fix things before you continue with your work, which will cost you some money. So this is a strategy. It's 4 months of saving, 4 months of spending, another 4 months of saving, and another 4 months of spending. So that is the strategy that I've been using. That's why you always see me, posting, and it's steady. You don't see the work going too fast. You don't see it slowing also. There's always something to do, and that also keeps the labor and the workers, at a certain flow, because you don't stop with them, you also don't push it, you don't give pressure to them. So it's 4 months of saving, 4 months of work, 4 months of saving, 4 months of work. You don't put much pressure on yourself. And what you also have to do is that before you begin with a project, you have to let them know that you will be working, in 4 phases or in phases. So you want to do with you want to start with a point where you're going to stop, where there won't be any damage when it comes to rain. And also one thing I also did was to check the dollar rate. So during the time of saving, which is like saving, let's say you already done with your foundation and you were done around April, March, May, you have to watch the dollar. Whilst you are saving during the rainy season, you have to watch the dollar. If the dollar is low, if it is to your advantage, then that is when you send money home to buy the materials and wait for the next halving. So when you see that the dollar is not in your advantage, you don't save, you don't send them money. When you see that the dollar is at your disadvantage, you don't send the money. You keep it with you till you see that the dollar, or maybe the CD or the dollar is to your advantage. That's when you make the transaction. So you always get more when you are building. That's why you have 4 months of work, 4 months of saving, 4 months of work. So you can just be playing around that. And one thing also, you need someone you can trust, that when you can send the money to that person, the person can hold on to that money. Or immediately you send the money, it has to go to work. They have to use it to buy the materials and put it down. Or you have to put it in your account. In anyhow you want to do it, that the money will be safe. So this has been the strategy that I've been using to build my house, and I would like to share it with you. One thing I also want you guys to pay attention is that during the rainy season, let's say if you are building and you have uncompleted building, during the rainy season, that is when thieves comes around, because they know there are people not on site. People are not on site, because most of the construction site happens at undeveloped place, so there are no houses around, and when it is raining, everybody runs to his house. Nobody comes out when it is raining, and that is when they come out to steal. If you've been on the channel for some time now, I have a project in Dowenya and they go to cut the iron rods. The information I get is that they come around when it is raining. When it is raining, everybody goes out, hide, and then they come to cut the iron rods. So that's something I also like to share it with you. When you are building during the rainy season, make sure that everything is secured, is safe, and closed, so that when anybody comes on site, there's nothing to pick up. There's nothing can go wrong with the project. Do all the casting, hold all the pillars, hold all the blocks, make sure it is secured before you pause the job and you wait for the rain to do its thing. And then when the rain season is over, you come back. By then you've already saved some money, and then you continue. So this is what I will share it with you guys. I have more tips coming, so stay tuned, subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and I'll see you in the next episode. And please let me know your thoughts. If you also have experience of building, during your process of building, if you have something to share, you can always put it in the comment section. If you want me to put you on the channel, you want to record a video, give it to me, I'll post it there so that we all learn from each other. What I just shared now is experience. It's my 3 years or 4 years experience trying to build a house in Ghana, and this is what I've learned, and I like to share it with you guys. This strategy that I shared is based on low income. Depending on how much you can send at a certain time, you can also make it of 3 months of work and then 3 months of break. So depending on how much you can send or how much you earn, so that you don't put stress on yourself. So always tell the contractor or the builder, this is how much I can send every 2-3 months. What can you do with it? Get your estimates and go through the list, do your checks, and send the money, and make sure that the work is being done before the rain hits. So the rain really helps actually, because when you do your filling, the rain will settle all the sand down for you. You don't have to even use machine. You just fill it up, you just go on site, you check, you fill it up again, the rain comes. And when you do your block work, when you lay your blocks, the rain, when it rains, it strengthens, the rainwater strengthens the blocks, the walls of the house. So the rain is very important. We should always use nature to build. If you use this strategy, trust me, in 1 year you can build your foundation. 2 years you're done with your block laying, and then the 3rd year you go with your roofing. This is just the beginning. The part 1, part 2 will follow next. So don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I see you in the next episode. Like a dooey.